right. I'm doing a video. I did one earlier on the freezing pipes and all. Just there's so many things that you need to do when you have freezing weather. It's just we got a lot of cold coming. Below zero a couple days here in Virginia. They say going to be in the teens, single digits. We have a lot of precipitation coming. I mean, rain, ice, snow could be anywhere in Virginia. So you just need to prepare. Got to have ways to get through it. It could be food, heat, your water. Water freezes. I mean, the temperatures drop, pipes freeze. I mean, that's just what it does, and it can make a big mess. It will actually, it will actually freeze, and you won't have a busted pipe show its face until the next day or day, whenever it thaws out. That's your biggest problem. It's just going to come in all of a sudden. It's going to be like your water hose is just turning on full blast, going everywhere. So you need to have a way to shut your water off. Know where your shut off is. Have a key. If it's out in the street, you gotta have a key to shut it off. If it's under your house, you'll have a valve. Be like a gate valve. You just turn it. It could be anything, but you just got to know where your shut off is. But you also got to keep them doors open under the cabinets. Hear it all the time. See it happen all the time with the cabinets doors not open, and the air in there just gets cold because there's holes from under the house that just lets the air into that cabinet, and you got to disperse that before it freezes the pipes. You hear people all the time, well, I have one faucet that won't work. Well, the reason it won't work is that faucet is frozen underneath the sink, and it can split the pipe. You got PEX now that kind of helps, but just fittings and all that still break. You gotta. I'm gonna say a lot. I say a whole lot. Uh, let's say and still right. Your outside faucet, they got these little caps, the little styrofoam caps that go over the outside faucets. They're worth every penny, like $5. You need to put them over, easy to install. Just hook it under the where you hook your water hose to it and just pull through. Pulls it tight. So that's important. These little buddy heaters, greatest investment you'll ever make. Taste the green little bottles. They're pretty safe. You just need to watch out for carbon monoxide. Always have you a carbon monoxide detector. Gotta have air coming in, going out. Gas logs the same way. You gotta have some. You gotta have extra water. If it freezes, water ain't coming out. They say fill up in bathtubs. Put so much water in the bathtubs, or you can bail water out and throw it in the toilet, flush it. You gotta fill up jugs. Make sure you got plenty of drinking water. A lot of people say get the Chef Boyardee cans of spaghetti raviolis, mini raviolis. You can pop open the top and just eat them. You don't have to heat them up. You got to prepare for the lights to go out. It could be a day, 2 days, 3 or 4 days. You never know. Ice hits, gets on the branches, it makes a mess. Lights go out. Happens all at once. So the power company, they're going to be really behind. So that's an issue. You got to figure on too. You got to figure that had plenty of blankets. There was a guy I was just watching. He set a tent up in his living room because it'll box that air in. Gets in the tent, shuts it up, get him a sleeping bag. Put everybody in the same room. You want to shut the other rooms off, but you got to watch if you shut the other rooms off and you got a bathroom in there. That bathroom is gonna, have freezing pipes, and then inside the house you'll have a busted pipe, and then you have a really bad problem unless you really wanted it. Some people out there want that to happen, but I don't know. So you got to actually think, how prepared am I with the windows, the doors? If you got cracks around your doors that's letting in air, take some tape. They got the green tape, the frog tape, the yellow tape. Tape around. You don't want to put nothing on it that's going to be hard to get off. Put tape around the door so air isn't coming in. You can put the plastic on your windows. If air is coming to you, single pane windows, air just goes straight through it. Hot air, cold air, just condensate on it. It makes a mess. If you put plastic over the windows, it leaves an air barrier in there. That air barrier will keep air from transferring itself through. So you kind of hold in the heat. So that helps out a lot. Knowing your crawl space is closed. a lot of air gets under your house and it freezes under the house. Your pipes are under the house. You don't want that to happen. So it really is up in the air if you should shut your foundation off completely and shut it off or what. But when it's cold like this, you don't want air to be just flowing under the house freely at 0 degrees. Air shoots across that pipe and it instantly freezes. A lot of people have these plastic pipes, CPVC or all this old stuff, even Quest pipe. That stuff breaks instantly when it gets cold. It freezes and just cracks completely straight down the whole pipe. I mean, the PEX and all that helps out a lot, but you still got fittings that can pop loose, and that still can be an issue. But you'll have like faucets, your kitchen faucet will freeze and pop the actual spout right off the faucet. I've seen toilet tanks bust. So is it a good idea to, if your lights go out and it's going to be completely cold, freezing weather, do you just get all the water out of your tank, out of the toilet, because they'll freeze? I don't know if that's a right or wrong, what's right or wrong about that, but I've seen tanks bust. I've seen toilets crack. Hot water heaters are going to run out of electricity and they're just going to sit there. I don't think it'll freeze, but you do have water in there if you absolutely need it, but sometimes you use the valve and it just don't come out. You got a lot of impurities get in there and sediment at the very bottom and it isn't coming out. But this is just something you gotta be ready. I was just at the grocery store earlier and people were just buying tons and tons. Water, bread, milk. And I'm like, well, what about the canned food? Something that you can open, something that's usable, something that don't have to be cooked. Everybody's like, well, I'm gonna be inside, cook me some beans. I'm gonna give me a ham hock, throw it in there, cook some beans, cook this, cook that. You ain't got no power. You ain't cooking nothing unless you got a wood stove. Excuse me, but just know that you got to be ready. Full tank of gas in the car. You got to be able to charge your phone. You're not going to be able to communicate with anybody if your phone dies. You just got to know that you're ready for any situation. But these little buddy heaters, and knowing you got water, know you got plenty of tanks. The tanks are $5 a piece unless it's freezing cold outside, and then they charge 10. I know. That's just how that works. That's how they do it. They kick it. They kick you when you're down, knowing you need it. Stick it to you. But know you're ready. If you have anything to add to this, leave it in the comments. Helps out. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to do this a couple times a day. I get calls to jobs and I see what all's going on, and sometimes I get new things that homeowners come up with great ideas sometimes, and I like to share it. But if you have any make a comment of anything you think I'm leaving out that you think is a great idea, and I'll make a video later and I'll add it to it, and I'll shout you out in it. But just try to stay safe, and like I said, be ready. Don't wait till last minute. Around here, Monday morning is going to be a real hard time to get to work. It's going to be bad, but just got to make the best of it. But most of all, if you got a family, just keep them safe, keep them warm, keep them fed, and do your best. Thank you.